reason why anybody should tolerate that kind of behavior. It's against TOS telling your chat to ban someone? Well, if I get in trouble for telling people to report someone who's making threats on another person's life and then putting bounties on them, then I guess I'm gonna have to go over to Kick. Yeah, well, I guess I'll stream on Kick or Rumble. I guess that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. There's less ads on Kick, so it'll be better. So yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna get in trouble for that, I don't know what to say. Twitch doesn't strike anyone down, doesn't strike enough to put fear in people when they break the rules. He wasn't saying that he would do it, he was saying that he would be happy if someone decided to. No, he was saying that he had 100K for somebody who did. Let's watch it again.
Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me.
It's very simple. Like, I mean, there's no fine print to this. There's no complication for this. It just should be an immediate perma, if not a 30 day. Like, I don't even know how it's even a conversation. It's crazy. Yeah, there's no read for it? Yeah. I think some committee called Trump would win the election when he had Destiny and predicted wrong. Probably emboldened them a bit. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's just crazy. Honestly crazy. It's a felony? It's hard to say whether it's a felony or not. Someone can really do the thing that he asked for money. I think that there's certain kinds of language that shouldn't be allowed on Twitch. And I think that that's definitely an example of it. And if Twitch doesn't ban this, I think that nobody, and this is true like in general, I think Twitch has a huge moderation problem. Actually, I'll say this. If Twitch doesn't ban this for this happening, I will bring on Dan from my Destiny show, and we will go through all of the things together on stream. And all the different things that have happened. Yep. Not Dan from Twitch, Dan from Destiny. If they do not ban for this. Because this, I think this crosses such a dangerous threshold. And the worst part about it is that it's the third time this has happened. It happened with that guy, Sean the Black. It happened also with Denims before that. I think this needs to get shut down. So yeah, if it doesn't get shut down, I will make sure that everybody hears about it. Especially their advertisements. The same as people did. Give Amber speaking your mind to the guy literally ordering a hit for someone? Well, no, I broke the rules, I paid the price. That's what happens. That's fine. Absolutely. Other people should do the same thing. Imagine that. Yeah, no, sir. Yeah, so I just hope for Twitch's sake that that the guy gets banned. Yeah, it's really just that simple. But we'll see what happens. Yep. I'll give it a few days, and then we'll go from there. Just ban now for sure. We'll see what happens. You didn't call for violence, though? I know. Maybe I should have. Not ever so if it's against the right people, I guess it's accepted. So Black Myth Wukong, it feels very weird, the negativity that is towards like Black Myth Wukong, I feel is some of the most forced and confusing shit that I've seen. It's so weird.
Now, ever so often, there's a game that comes out that meets and exceeds the expectations of the players. It blows our minds so good, but for some odd reason, it doesn't meet the same expectations for games media. Our interests aren't aligned, our perspectives are not necessarily the same, and there's conflict in that. And I think that Black Myth Wukong is one of those games. But don't get me wrong, the game reviewed very well. It got over an 80 on most review sites. But with that said, up until the game's release, and then even after the game's release, it was under a constant barrage of negative criticism that had nothing to do with the game whatsoever. And in that, the game never really got a fair shake. At least not at all.
It didn't get a fair shake. It was obviously, and a lot of the reviews that people gave for Black Myth Wukong contextualized the review alongside a slanderous article that was proven to be false that defamed the company that made the game, with proven lies that they never issued a correction or a retraction.
In my eyes, 2024 has been an absolutely insane year for games. There are so many great games to play, and if you're one of those people that are out there that are like, gaming is dying, let me be the first to tell you, you need to
fucking idiot. It's not dying. It is one of the best years for gaming that we ever had.
play more games, or just not the same ones over and over again. The list, once I get into some of the Game of the Year contenders, it's going to blow your mind, because I honestly forgot how many games even came out this year.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. People are talking about like anti-China sentiment. I think that where is the anti-China sentiment with Genshin Impact with those same people? It's not there. So I don't think that's really true.
This isn't about the award. It's about the recognition these studios deserve, the reward they deserve, beyond just making money. It's making sure that it's known why these games are great so that other publishers and studios can see, hey, this is what it is. This is how we make a game that the players love. And it's not, again, just not the money. But already I'm starting to see games media want to preemptively push back about Black Myth Wukong being in the Game of the Year category, and we're going to talk about that. Before that, today's sponsor.
Yeah, of course, right? I mean, like, I think it's a huge issue. Ryan's American company got bought by Tencent. Yeah, true. It's about jealousy. I think that people are just trying to shit on this, and I guarantee you other publishers and studios are researching market and not looking at game awards. I think that that's true, but it's also fair to look at the game awards and see how it happens that's biased, and then call that out, because I think it's bad.
War Thunder is a massive free-to-play, large-scale multiplayer game where you can fight anyone from around the world using ground vehicles, aircraft, helicopters, and naval vessels from the mid-20th century to present. The game is available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. What really sets War Thunder apart is its commitment to realism and immersion. The graphics and sound design continually evolve, pulling you into battles that feel authentically intense. You're not just playing.
The most expensive tank in the pay-to-win track for War Thunder is a tank from Israel, and I think that any American player that plays War Thunder should get that tank for free, since we actually paid for it with our tax dollars.
In a game, you're experiencing the heart-pounding chaos of combat. Whether you're barreling through enemy lines in a tank, providing crucial air support, or engaging in thrilling dogfights, the freedom to choose your combat style is up to you. The game features various technologies such as night vision devices, smoke screens, and even nuclear explosions, which can turn the tide of battle in unexpected ways. A recent update called Dance of Dragons is a game changer. Thanks to this update, you can now take command of a variety of French combat vessels and take control of two iconic American aircraft, the A-10 Thunderbolt II attack plane and the F-111 tactical bomber. In addition, there are many other combat
They gave me a skin in this game, too.
and dozens of improvements at the request of the community. So are you ready to join the fight? Download War Thunder today for free using the link in the pinned comment or description
I
below.
used to have
If you're a
that
new
tank.
player or returning after a long break,
plastic
there's some exclusive rewards, rentals for the P-40 E-1 aircraft and M4 tank, unique skins, and 100,000 silver lions. Don't miss out. Thank you, War Thunder, for sponsoring this video. We have had a monstrous year in games, and it's wild to think that it's not even over yet with more releases right around the corner. This is about the time of year that Game of the Year candidates are being discussed and debated, and this year we have a lot of difficult choices to make. Dragon's Dogma 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
Dragon's Dogma 2 is not even remotely in the running for Game of the Year. The game has so many flaws and it's so problematic. No, it's not even remotely close.
Helldivers 2, Paper Mario, The Thousand
Helldivers 2, not even remotely close.
Year Door, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Persona 3 Rebirth,
Definitely not Game of the Year. Prince of Persia was good, but it's not Game of the Year.
Voted Metaphor Refantasio, and Silent Hill 2 Remake are among the highest scoring games that we've had from reviewers this year. That's 8 games when only 6 games can be qualified as candidates. we're not even mentioning the stockpile of games that were scored just under that, with titles like Stellar Blade, Black Myth Wukong, Tekken 8, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Unicorn Overlord, Space Marine 2, and more. 2024 has been packed with games, but only a few titles are deserving of being crowned King of the Year. And for many players, that game is Black Myth Wukong. James Broughton of The Gamer penned an article.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I think Black Myth Wukong is Game of the Year, and I don't even think anything else is real. I think it's just so far and away better. It's like, and it's the reason why is that it's not one thing, it's everything. It's that the combat is really good, the storytelling is really good, the graphics are really good, the cinematics are really good, like the voice acting is really good. Everything about it is estimate.
Titled Black Myth Wukong isn't nominated for Game of the Year, fans are going to be insufferable.
I love how the implication there is that the fans are the ones that are in the wrong, not the people. Like, what is the logic? So, if all of the people that are saying that this game should be Game of the Year, why exactly does that happen? I don't even understand that. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So, like, it's like, yeah, we're the ones that are insufferable. Maybe it's you.
Right, Black Myth Wukong is a very good action game, taking the Souls-like formula and stretching it into a boss rush format. Its popularity even surpasses that of its inspirations, garnering millions of players in mere days. It's a genuine contender for the Game Awards, but with how stacked 2024 is shaping up to be, the competition is fierce. Polygon recently updated its Game of the Year frontrunner list, while the Golden Joystick Awards announced its 6 nominees for this year's PC and console Game of the Year categories. Black Myth Wukong is nowhere to be seen outside of smaller categories, and so TikTok right now is a deluge of angry gamers declaring that games media is corrupt and that it's all a part of some wider conspiracy.
I think it is. I think that's exactly what's happening. I think that Black Myth Wukong is indicated, and I'm just going to say it straight out. I think that's exactly what's happening. And it's evident to any person with a brain. You have a games media hegemony of people that all behave and have the exact same opinions, that all cross-reference each other for some form of credibility. And they've all collectively gotten together and tried to push a false narrative that Black Myth Wukong is a mediocre game and that the studio that makes it is sexist. This is ridiculous. And for me to think that that's not a factor, or that like this just randomly happened, it's insulting to the intelligence of any person that is like reading this. Yes, it absolutely is a deluge of angry gamers, because that's exactly what it is. It is a conspiracy. They're not giving it to them. It's the same reason why the conspiracy was to give this game an 8. It's not an 8. This game's easily a 9 or a 10. To say that the game had no women representation, yeah, because you didn't get to part 4. It's unbelievable. Yeah, people think it's part of a conspiracy. That's because it is.
The game was not rigged from the start, it's just been a very, very competitive year.
You have to keep in mind that IGN rated Black Myth Wukong, I think, an 8, and it rated Dragon Age Veilguard a 9. It is a conspiracy. It's happening, and it's right in front of you. And Concord is 7. It's happening right in front of you. Everybody can see it, and you're made to feel like a fool whenever you see what's in plain sight. It's absolutely happening. Sorry. It's just true.
Wider conspiracy. The game was not rigged from the start, it's just been a very, very competitive year. This week alone, we've had Silent Hill 2 Remake, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, 3 critically acclaimed hits that are all vying for the spotlight with equal fervor. Earlier this year, we saw the launch of Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite 12, Tekken 8, Helldivers 2, and Dragon's Dogma. That's not to mention...
If you think that Dragon's Dogma should be in the running for Game of the Year over Black Myth Wukong, you are retarded. That's it. Like, there's no other way to look at it.
In the stellar year it's been for indies. Black Myth Wukong, while good, we scored at 4 stars, just doesn't measure up to the great.
Scored at 4 stars. I love how they always like referencing back to their own score, as if this is some sort of like indication of credibility. Yeah, we're not biased because if you look at our previous bias, it will reinforce our current one. It's so ridiculous. I really like Dragon's Dogma 2. I did as well, but I know that it's not Game of the Year. Also, think about, again, that Stellar Blade wasn't mentioned here either.
For indies, Black Myth Wukong, while good,
It's an obvious bias, and any normal person, any logical, reasonable person can see that.
scored at 4 stars, just doesn't measure up to the greats. Hell, it's not even the best Souls-like this year, as that award goes to Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. For those that have used Wukong as fuel in a culture war since before it was even released, its absence on these lists is an attack. It's
It absolutely is. And the people that used it in the culture war were the journalists that slandered the company based off of their misunderstanding of the Chinese law. That's exactly what happened. Any normal person can see that. I'm sorry, but like, it's obviously happening. It wasn't misunderstanding. It was proven. And, well, actually, no, that's true. It was deliberate.
by Games Media for reasons, even though it has an open critic aggregate of 82. There's one big argument cropping up across Reddit and slowly replacing all the goth girls on my For You page as to why it deserves to be nominated. It's sold well. James, I will speak for those that you are arguing against. Black Myth Wukong doesn't deserve to be nominated because of its sales. It deserves to be nominated because it is the first ever